You're listening to the New York Sports Show, the #1 all New York sports podcast. Hosted by Dominic Konareski.
Hello and welcome to the YanksPod, a New York Yankees podcast here on the New York Sports Show. I'm your host, Dominic Konareski. Now, folks, the New York Yankees currently sit with a 77-56 win-loss record, getting ready to start up a very, very short series against the Baltimore Orioles. And I gotta say, why? Why is it whenever the Yankees go up against the Baltimore Orioles, they always struggle? I feel like this is going to be another struggling series for the New York Yankees, really no doubt about that. But also, just how bad can they be? The Baltimore Orioles cannot win a game to save their lives, and especially this season, only have 91 losses, 41-91 in the win-loss column. The fact is, this should be a very easy series sweep for the New York Yankees. Will it be? No. It's probably going to be another laughable series, another laughable game tonight, where the Yankees really edge up a win, as the Adolis Chapman will probably come in the ninth and somehow almost blow the game, and then you have Wandy Peralta come in to save things. That's how things have been going. No more Lucas Lipke trying to come in and save Adolis Chapman. It's now Wandy Peralta. Now, I gotta say, though, Yankees, what they have done in the past few weeks is truly, truly amazing. But they got a big blow. A few days ago, relief pitcher Zack Britton, well, he's now on the 60-day IL. He needs surgery. So with that said, his season ends after just 22 games. He's been on the IL most of 2021 for the Yankees after having an amazing 2020 season with them where he posted a 189 ERA. This season, absolute nightmare, 0-1, 5.89 ERA. Like I said, that's through 22 games, none started, 18.1 innings pitched. Now, Zack Britton, you cannot blame the season on him. Yes, he's responsible for those ones, that's why his ERA is that high. But you gotta blame this, I can't say on Aaron Boone. You gotta blame this on Brian Cashman and the New York Yankees training staff. Because the fact is, Zack Britton, you could tell every time he's on the mound, he did not look comfortable with his arm. And in general, it just, like, you could tell that there was something wrong with him. He did not look comfortable, and I do think that if they just let it go wind itself out, whatever problems he was exactly having, and let him sit the rest of the season, I think he would be fine. But no, now he needs surgery. And how and when will he come back? It's a complete mystery. We could have another Luis Severino that keeps having setback after setback, and you know what, I would think that's very, very poor. Zack Britton used to play on the Baltimore Orioles. He played on them for a while, 8 years exactly. He had a 3.22 ERA with them. That was through 8 years. Like I said, now 4 years with the New York Yankees. He has a 2.69 ERA, 5-4 record, Baltimore 30-22 win-loss record. The Yankees are obviously going to get a wild card spot. They have essentially clinched the American League wild card. Not mathematically, but if you really look at it against other teams and their remaining schedule, there's really no way on how they're going to miss on a wild card spot. But it's all about the American League East now. The American League East has been held by the Tampa Bay Rays a majority of the season. Boston Red Sox, so about that too, but oh my gosh, I can't even say that they peaked too early. There's no such thing as peaking too early. There's just being good all season and being good at the beginning, teasing all its fans and just everyone in general, and then just dropping off, because the fact is Red Sox did not have the best players. But Tampa Bay, though, Tampa Bay is doing the real Moneyball stuff. They have one of the lowest paid rosters, but yet they have over 75 wins so far this season. You gotta credit the coaches. You gotta credit the front office. You gotta credit everyone in the Tampa Bay Rays organization for putting together a truly world-class team. Now, the Tampa Bay Rays, I do think that they will end up winning the American League East Division, but I also do think that it'll be very close. The series that the Yankees have to end off the season is all up against ALE teams. So with that said, the Yankees could, in a way, pounce on that opportunity. In the final, I would say, week and a half of the season, that's when the Yankees' fate will be decided, and the Tampa Bay Rays say on who will win the American League East Division. Right now, Rays sit 84-50. Yankees 77-56. That's 6.5 games back. Now, the biggest thing I'm looking at is away games. The Yankees do not do good on the road. 38 and 31 in the win-loss column. Home games, though, 39 and 25. Now, Tampa Bay Rays, they are 43 and 25 in home games and 41 and 25 in away games. Fact is, Tampa Bay, they could play on their home turf at Tropicana Field, or they could play right on our doorstep at Yankee Stadium and still get that dub. That's the biggest thing the Yankees got to be afraid of, 100%. Now, the Yankees, do you also want the Red Sox to win games? I do not feel comfortable with the New York Yankees going against the Oakland Athletics in the Oakland Coliseum. We saw, now overall, before I get actually into any more of this, the New York Yankees do not do well in that Coliseum. We all know that. And then we saw Yankees, 4-game series set just a few days ago against the Athletics. They took the first two and then they lost the last two. And the last two, it was an absolute crap show. That's how the New York Yankees will be in a one-game wild card. 100%. And like I said, if they do make the wild card, which I do think they will, it's a one-game set, and who would you have as the starter? Because you could have the ace out there, Garrett Cole, for the final game of the season against Tampa Bay if it's that close of a race, and then you won't have him for the wild card game. Aaron Boone is going to have to really be paying attention to this stuff and really show us that he is a top manager and that he belongs as the New York Yankees manager. Was he responsible for that massive, historic franchise 13-game winning streak? Yes, he was. But you know what? He will also be responsible if the New York Yankees fail to move on from any kind of postseason spot. And 100% he will be responsible if the Yankees do end up losing a one-game wild card. Comment down below what you guys think. Thank you for tuning in to watching the YanksPod. I'm your host, Dominic Konowski, and I'm signing out. Peace.